So hey guys, what's up? This is ScherBR talking. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be talking about Battle with Death event that started with Death and Minstrel. You have to clear this one first. That's super easy. And Battle with Death is probably the hardest challenge the game offered to us so far, because well, there are some situations where you will find yourself dead against death. Sorry about the joke, but yes, this one can insta-kill some characters, even tanks. It can just inflict poison. There's multi-hit attacks. It also buffs itself all the time, so the buff strategies may not exactly work here. And yeah, I believe this is the hardest challenge we had so far. And so it's so important to talk about farming and beating the last stage, because we have a lot of items on the shop. There's materials, there are gold, there are stamina potions, expedition tickets, mining caves. There's also style pieces, new equipment that's pretty important for those that want to use tanks, but it has a downside of being weak against sun, but strong against moon. Very bad agility, but also useful when you want to play around the agility of your characters, to try to change the order of their attacks. And there's also the S style for Death. That's one of the best S styles in the game. This one has two very interesting attacks. One is an AoE poison attack, and the other one is an insta-kill attack with medium chance that can be used on turn 1. So very good options for those that want to summon Ultra Deluxe Death, but also a good standalone style. If you are not planning to summon Death now, you may still plan to summon on the future Ultra Deluxe Death that's also Ultra Deluxe exclusive, and you may need this one for Inheritance. Okay, so you need a lot of currencies here on this event. As you can see, just to get those 250 pieces, you kind of need 100,000 of these metals, but you still use the metals for other stuff, like pieces for the current styles on the banner. So you have to farm a lot, that's a good thing. But I'll be talking about two different things on this video. The first is the romancing strategy, and then I'll be talking about how to fast farm stage number 20. Let's start with romancing, because I believe this is something that will help a lot of people. I am using a strategy that will probably work very well for most people, but I know it's not easy to build this squad. I don't know if everyone will have these characters available, but what I'm trying to explain here is that this is probably the perfect scenario to clear this boss, but we can replace some characters here. If you have Strife, the new character from the banner, you can just ignore Judy and Princess White Rose altogether. Yes, you don't need both. With just Strife, you can remove both Judy and Princess White Rose, because it debuffs Will, and the buffing Will is super important on this fight. I am bringing Judy and Princess White Rose because I want them to debuff Will. I am using the standard Princess White Rose with Blasted Garden. This attack debuffs Will. And Judy has Psycho Noise that also debuffs Will here. And, well, Judy is pretty bad here for damage, because the boss is totally resistant against Dark. Let's talk about the other characters. We have Narwhal's daughter here. She is here because of her buff. Water Festival will buff all the status and also give BP. This is good because it can make your character attack faster. They can use more skills. It also increases the intelligence for Rouge, because it's super important to increase the intelligence for Rouge. You don't really need Rouge, actually. You can just use the Rock Bouquet with the inheritance from her A style. From Noah's daughter banner, we got a version of Rock Bouquet. Let's just show it here. This version here that has Shadow Chains. What you need is Shadow Chains, and you can just bring any of the Rock Bouquet's styles. The SS styles can be the Platinum one. The Platinum one also works. I'm just bringing Rouge because Rouge still has more intelligence than these two styles, but they can also work. The standard Rock Bouquet can also use Water of Life for emergency healing if you really need. So the Valentine one can also debuff Will, so that's a good idea as well. She has an Enervate 3 Will, and she works pretty fine for this. She's even better than Rouge, but because she has lower intelligence, I'm not using her. So what you need to do is just fix yourself better than what you have. If you don't have blue, what you can do is bring triple S damage dealer like Katarina. It can be also Jen. Everyone has Jen, probably. Or even better, the best damage dealer here after blue is Alkaiser. The new Alkaiser, not the standard one. The Alkaiser that was also available on blue banner, and it's also a platinum style, so a lot of people can also get access to this. So this is my squad here. Nawal's Daughter is important for buffs to make your Rouge paralyze faster, but it's still not a guarantee of paralyze. Before we keep talking about the characters, I have to explain how the boss works, because this boss here has a lot of gimmicks. Let's click here. As you can see, Death has no genera, so you cannot take advantage of genera or types. It's not even a undead. Yes, it's not an undead. It's only weak against Sun, resistant against Moon, but not resistant against anything else. So that's the reason why I was saying that you can bring Gen or any other good damage dealer that you have, because while not the best options, they can still do damage because they are not resisted. For status elements, you can kind of forget about everything besides Petrify and Paralyze. The other resistances are just so high that it's kind of impossible to do this, or unless you have very, very high luck. Petrify can be done by Princess Ray. If you have Princess Ray and you don't have, you know, Rock Bouquet, you can also use her instead of using Rouge or Rock. But the problem is just that she has a medium chance to Petrify, while Rouge has a high chance to just inflict Paralyze. Petrify works for 5 turns, so if it's not working with Rouge, try to change it for Princess Ray. She can do this just fine. Let's just go here and check Princess Ray. As you can see, it's not even this version of her, because she gets the Petrify attack with her S style. That's also Platinum, so a lot of people also get access to this. As you can see here, Cucatris. The problem is just that you need to fully awaken this. This is only 9 BP, so every 3 turns she needs to Petrify, and if it fails, you are doomed. So I still prefer to go for Paralyze instead of going for Petrify. Petrify is only good if you are just bringing her for Petrify and you want to use it on turn 1, and if it not works, you just retreat and try again. But because, like I was saying, you need a very good damage dealer. Blue is my damage dealer and Rouge is my Paralyzer. I could have just removed, like I said, if I had Strife, I could remove at least one of these Judy or Princess White Rose and add another damage dealer like Alkaiser to make the battle faster. But this will probably work. And we have Blue and Rouge on the back. We have Nawal's Daughter in the center. And Judy and Princess White Rose on the front. They are on the front because they get more agility. And they have to debuff the will of the target on turn 1. That's okay, I think this explains my idea. And also another thing that I'm forgetting to say is that the best equipment to bring are robes and this one here. Reinforced Garb increases the resistance against Moon, and Death will use Moon damage a lot. It also uses blunt damage, but, well, not all the time. Most of the time it uses Moon damage, and also this magical, what's the name of this? Reinforced Garb. Increases resistance against poison. It may not be that much, but it helps. It always helps. So give the best equipment that you have for Blue and Rouge if you have these guys, because one needs more intelligence to deal damage and another one more intelligence to just inflict paralyze. Okay, with everything said, let's just do this fights here on Romancing and hope for the best. One thing I didn't say is that I have Holy Stones that decrease the paralyze resistance of my enemy. The only character that is not equipping this is Princess White Rose and Blue. Both my Rouge has it. Yeah, it shows here. Paralyze resistance down. It's not maxed, it's only level 4. And I have it with Rouge, with Judy, and with Nawal's Daughter. Because Princess White Rose should use damage with Sun, I am not using it with her. I have the Sun plus Stone. The same thing as Blue. He's using the weak point plus Stone instead of the full HP one, because sometimes he may take damage and I still want to do more increased damage with my stones. Okay, so the battle started and you just start with Water Festival. It's the way to go. And then Psycho Noise already. Blasted Garden. And Blue will just use a normal attack. The same for Rouge, actually, but if you want to start well, you can just retreat till you can get your Shadow Chains to paralyze on turn 1. Blue and Rouge will attack after the mages that are on the front. They will have more intelligence and the enemy will have lower will. So the chances of inflicting paralyze are pretty high. Let's see if we can do this on turn 1. I believe we'll be able because Rouge just got an intelligence buff. As you can see, the problem with Def is just that you saw 3 intelligence buffs because of the triple attack. Mages are better to debuff the paralyzed resistance, as you can see. Yes. You see, Def is just using Grand Slam, a blunt attack. But we didn't paralyze this time. We'll try again, no problem. So for now, with Narwhal's Daughter, we'll just use normal attack. And Judy the same. Princess White Rose can debuff the agility from Def right now. Or just save for another Blasted Guardian. Let's just save. Blue, we'll just keep using normal attacks till he gets to 20 BP. And let's try to paralyze again. Yeah, we did, guys. You may need some retries, but eventually we will be able to land. So for now, we'll be saving more BP with Narwhal's Daughter. We just got Def paralyzed on this turn. Remember, paralyze is for 4 turns, so we need to paralyze it again. I will try to paralyze it every 2 turns. What I do is just use a normal attack with Rouge, and then I try to paralyze. So for now, well, I believe we can use Water Festival or not. No, let's just save BP for now. And I will save BP again. I also can use Rouge for some damage. The last skill from Rouge is Cold and Dark, so he may still do a little damage. May not be perfect, but it still works. Now it's time to use Water Festival, Psycho Noise, Blasted Garden, Storm Burst, and I will also use Raging Gust. Oh, well, no, let's just use Shadow Chains for now. We try to paralyze every 2 turns, remember? Because if it fails, we still have time to try to inflict again. We debuffed Will a lot of times now. So damage from blue will be higher, as you can see. And the chance to paralyze increases. Well, we can just go with full overdrive for Psycho Noise and Storm Burst. I have another Storm Burst here. I actually didn't see if I got this enemy paralyzed or not, so let's try to paralyze it again. Yes, pretty high damage. Like I said, if you don't have blue, you can just use Alkaiser. Yeah, we just needed another paralyze. So what we do is another Water Festival. Or no, let's just save a little. So we are close to use another attack with blue. Yeah. I believe if we save Overdrive again, we'll be able to finish this with an Overdrive. Blue will just use normal attack for now. I can just use one Raging Gust with Rouge, that will not make much difference. He's already on almost 20 BP. Okay, 17k damage is pretty fine in my book. So now it's time for Water Festival. You can also just use a Blasted Garden. You save BP once more. And now it's time to get back to Shadow Chains. Remember, every 2 turns we try to paralyze. We didn't. You see? It's important to just try to paralyze all the time. But I don't think we will need this because blue is probably already close to another overdrive. Let me check how much. No, he's not so close to another overdrive. But what we can do is just use Water Festival again. Psycho Noise. we can even trigger this. Blasted Garden, Storm Burst. I think I'll try to use another Raging Gust just to see how much damage I can do. I think we can kill this time. Yeah, it's dead. Yeah, totally dead. We debuffed Will to the Stratosphere. So this is the best strategy that you can make, you know. Even if you don't have the Holy Stones, you can still do this. It may need some retreats and retries, but it works. Guys, it works. This is the safest strategy, and I think it's the best one to make. And now we'll be talking about the auto farming for stage number 20. Because Death is only weak against Sun, we don't have that many sources of Sun that are so strong, in my opinion. So let's just see here. This is one of my strategies. I will just explain it very fast. I'm using the Rainbow Rangers formation, and I have some characters for some stuff here. STR, I have Ellen, Dex for Emilia, Intelligence for Blue, Agility for Princess White Rose, and Love, where you don't get anything, I have Katarina. The thing here is just that even if you have Sun units that are strongest boss, triple S damage still do more damage than just regular Sun damage. You really need someone that has a very high damage output here. So Blue and Alkaiser are the best decisions. You can also use the new Princess White Rose for Saber Ray or Sacred Garden, but we don't have many options besides that. I believe the Platinum Alkaiser can also do good damage if you have it trained, and I don't have it. So Ellen still does good damage because she's one of the strongest slash damage dealers in the game right now. And you can see Reverse Delta can be inherited from her award style, and you can use it on turn 1. Just bring characters that can do very high damage on turn 1. Okay, let's just run this on auto because we want to fast clear and we can do this on 1 turn. Death has very high agility. You need at least around 120 agility to attack before Death. So that is something important. This squad can do this without combo, but if you have a combo, it's even faster. Especially because of Blue. My Blue is not level 50 yet, guys. He's on level 47, I believe, or 48. He still can get stronger than this. I've been training him a lot on stage 15.2.3, so that's the reason why he's so strong here. You also need to bring at least one Sun damage dealer into your squad, so yeah, we have one here, as you can see. And that's the reason why we are getting bonus drops. Do this, it's better. This is another strategy. I'm using Dragoon Strike formation. I have global exclusive Katarina and Jen on the middle. They are my strongest characters. They get more STR. And then I have the other ones on the front. Okay. This also works on Naoto. I'm not entirely sure if it can clear the boss. Depends on the levels of your characters. Let's see. I believe the boss will be left with very low HP, but we will not be able to kill it. With Gustav, you will be able to kill. Yeah, we are very close, but not yet. That is also an option for those that don't have Blue or Alkaiser. If you have Alkaiser, you can also bring Alkaiser here and it will be better. I still don't have the new Alkaiser, so that's the reason why I'm not using him. And now for my last strategy, I have the Tiger Shark formation with Jen in the front. I have global exclusive Katarina and Princess White Rose here. Princess White Rose will debuff Will so that the brothers Liz and Polka can do more damage. Okay, let's see if we can do this on full auto. Yeah. As you can see, we can do this on a single turn. So, 3 different strategies for you to fast clear and fast farm this very good event. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please say something here on the comment section. Give a like, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to support the channel, we have some links on the description. Join our Discord. We always talk about univerSe there and other stuff. We see each other on the next video. Bye.